The producers of the programs that are broadcast on this public access television station are solely responsible for the contents and opinions expressed, not this station's facilities provider, Muscatine Power and Water. Born in a John boat on the backwater bay of the Mississippi River with a fishing rod in both hands, it's time for Jerry's Outdoor Show. He's stepping out of the radio and onto your TV screen. He's going to show you tips, tricks, rigs, and a whole lot more to help you put more fish on the stringer. Brought to you by Mitchell Arms and Ammo, the Sicilian Pizzeria in Wilton, Indian Creek Lure Company, Mike's Auto Sales, Jeff Guy Taxidermy, Froze Pub and Grub, Muddy River Bait and Tackle, The Soap Gypsy, Lovestead Music Services, and RB's Outback Bait and Tackle.
So here it is, May in Iowa, early spring, and I'm wearing a jacket. So I'm here to tell you, it's a little cool out, but I think it's going to warm up nicely. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a catch and release guy, so I hardly ever keep any fish. Well, a couple weeks back, we were filming a segment for sturgeon, and my good buddy Gary Brown says, "Hey, don't throw those back, keep them." I said, "Well, what do you mean? I don't really, keep fish." He says, "Have you ever tried fried sturgeon?" I said, "No, all I ever had it was smoked." He said, "Tell you what, keep some. Next time, bring them into the shop. We'll clean them and we'll fry up some sturgeon." So that's what we're out to do. We're out to catch some sturgeon, and we'll take it back to my good buddy Gary Brown in Sicilian, and we'll fry them up. So let's get going. Got water temp about 58 degrees, having around. We've had a lot of rain lately, man. Really been a screwed up spring, but cedar's kind of high. It's on its way down, it's dropping, but that's just one of the things we have to deal with when we're fishermen. I've positioned myself right between the island and the land, so we got a lot of current coming through here, and we're sitting in 13 foot of water. So we got a nice deep hole, we got a lot of water funneling through here, and remember, these sturgeon, they are built for the current. Now, fishing for sturgeon is really no different than fishing for catfish, how you'd normally fish for catfish. It's basically the same type of setup, and I'll show you what we got going on here. Now, this is what they call a Carolina rig. Now, how this works is you have a no roll or an egg sinker. Now, being that we're out here on the cedar, the current's a little bit faster, so I prefer like a 3-ounce no roll. I really like these. They're not going to roll around in the current and get all tangled up. Next thing I have is a little bead. Okay, what this bead does is it acts like a cushion or a bumper between the next piece, which is your standard swivel. So when this weight comes down there, when you're casting it out or you're fighting it, your bottom of your lead isn't beaten up against your knot on your swivel. Then we just come off with a leader, which this is just some heavy, probably 15-pound monofilament, and your standard number 2 bait holder hook. What I like about this rig is because when it lays on the bottom of the river like this, your bait's going to want to tend to float up in the air like that a little bit, give them something to grab onto, because sturgeon are primarily bottom feeders. So with that, when they come up to nibble on that, they're not going to feel that weight. This is going to slide through. And that's called the Carolina rig, and it works beautiful in these kinds of situations. When it comes to bait choice, it's pretty simple. Just your old standard run-of-the-mill night crawler. No special sturgeon spray, no special sturgeon strips, anything like that. Just a standard old night crawler. Now the way I like to hook them up is I come through the top of it, kind of get him threaded on the hook in a straight line. Pierce him back through. I'm going to slide him up over the eye just a little bit, and then I'm going to take the back part of the worm and I'm going to end up hooking him once right through the body. That way when it hangs there in a straight line. Now in the water, this is going to look like a big piece of spaghetti, and them sturgeon are going to come up and just slurp it up. They love it. So I got my line set out. I'm ready to go. The worm's going to do the work. So now all we got to do is sit back and wait for the action to happen. And there we go, the sturgeon. These things are like a cross between a dinosaur, settle down, a dinosaur and a stealth bomber. That's why these things are made for current. Hacklebacks, they call them hacklebacks sometimes, but they're just like a kickback to prehistoric age. Like I said, their mouth is on the bottom, they're a bottom feeder. Look how it's shovel nosed. They're built, like I said, these guys are streamlined, they're built for the current. One down, 5 more to go. Let's see, what did I do with my stringer? You know what, it's kind of awesome that I own a bait shop, because sometimes if I look in my pocket, ta-da, I have something cool. We got another one. They put that head down and just really use that current to their advantage. See that blue line that comes through there? There was a question a while ago. I was like, what's that blue line? And so nobody's taking a magic marker and marking these fish. Anybody with any kind of experience will tell you the cedar is notorious for gobbling up tackle. Now, when it comes to the hooks and the leaders, yeah, I could get some mono and tie them all up and stuff like that. But really, an affordable option are these eagle claws. Now these are size 1s, and they've already got the leader attached, they're already snelled, and it's just perfect for situations like this. They're neatly packaged, you pull them out, you're good to go, especially on a high consumption river like the Cedar. Now I was talking earlier about the weights. Right here what we have is a 3-ounce no rolls. Now these come anywhere from 6 ounce to 5 ounce to 4 yada 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 all the way down. I really like these, and that's why I carry these in my shop at Jerry's Bait and Tackle. These work great because they're going to lay on the bottom. They're not going to roll around like an egg sinker and get all twisted up. these work fantastic. When it comes to the swivels, here again, I'm going with Eagle Claw because I find them to be the most affordable that's out there. Like I said, with the cedar, it's a high consumption, man. It'll eat up a lot of tackle if you're not careful. What I like about these are the barrel swivels with the safety snap, easy to attach to your line and get back to the task at hand. There's one. Yes, a little bigger. So it's midday and I've switched locations. I'm actually sitting right on top of a sandbar, and it goes out and kind of gently goes down, and I got one tinking on her right here. Let's see what we got. Ow, I think I just pulled it out of his mouth. I did, but we'll cast her right back out because they are in here. Two more, 2 worms left. Did I miss them by jacking around with the camera? I'm down to 1 worm. Got it. Gotcha. Last little bit of night crawler I got. Oh, please don't be a catfish or a perch. Gary's going to be disappointed if I only bring 5, but that's the way it goes. And I caught them all out of this side of the boat today. I don't know what that means. Ow! Well, that's the way it goes. A sucker born every minute. There's nothing healthy though. Stuck good. Well, it looks like only 4 sturgeon for Gary Brown, but we came out and had a good time. That's the Cedar River. Let's go to Gary's and see how we prepare this sturgeon. Alright, here we go. What you asked for. Fresh fish delivery and a hatchet.
Well, let's go clean them up.
Let's go clean them. Never had fried sturgeon. We'll see. Now, I have to admit, I've had smoked sturgeon hundreds of times, but when you said get some, bring them in, and we're going to fry it up. How often have you ate fried sturgeon?
Oh, I eat it a lot.
It's good. It's that
It's
good.
the best way to eat it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to trust you
Wait.
on this one. So, we got fresh sturgeon here. I mean, couldn't get any fresher. You know, if I was here a couple hours ago, it might have been a little bit fresher, but they're totally fresh. Just caught today.
Oh, it's not stiff. It's okay.
Not stiff at all. So explain to me what the procedure is, because you asked me to give you a hatchet. Now I've cleaned a lot of fish, but I've never used a hatchet.
All right. Well, we got to take the head off, tail off, chop her into pieces. Then we peel her right out of her shell.
Just like sushi.
Just like that. Yeah, it helps to be a sushi chef.
It does.
And,
It really
and
does.
a samurai guy.
And a samurai and a lumberjack.
You don't get much meat, but the meat you do get is delicious. And this is something I did a lot of times with my grandpa.
Mm-hmm. Of the Brown Fish Market fame. That's why he knows us. He knows more than just pizza. He knows fish. Well, you said as a little kid you had to help clean a lot.
Oh yeah, he gave me a job. He's always had me something to do, making money. I never had to have a paper route. I was always in the fish market. And I'm not cutting around the bone. It's not a bone, it's a gristle. There's no bone in sturgeon.
There's no bone in sturgeon.
I think we're not gonna get much off that.
No. Being a fish expert you are, what is that blue line running through there?
That's his intestines.
That's his intestines. It's not eggs.
It's where he poops.
It's where he poops. But that's not eggs.
No.
Nope.
Actually, the eggs in these are like caviar.
They're like caviar.
And they go for like $100 a pound.
So we've got all males here then?
I think so. I really don't know how to tell until you cut them open and see if they have eggs or not.
Okay.
No eggs.
No eggs.
No eggs. I'm not so sure if they're spawning yet or not. I think that comes a little more towards June.
Right.
Into May.
Yeah. So there you go. It's not eggs, it's intestines. Okay, when it comes to prep, is there anything out of the ordinary we need to do for sturgeon?
No. You just use my special.
Your special blend?
Special blend. We have our fish. We have our farm fresh eggs.
Farm fresh.
Farm fresh. Pre-grazed chickens.
There you go.
Lay this baby babies. Then you have my special breading.
Your special bread.
This breading is what makes it all good.
Only available here at the Sicilian Pizzeria.
Yep. But you can buy the recipe for $10,000. So over here, my special breading. Mix it all around. Make sure you get plenty of breading on every one of them.
You're really working it in now.
Yeah, you gotta get it in there.
And now, the Gary Brown patented release into the grease.
Okay, now it's all breaded and ready to go into the grease. About 3 to 4 minutes, you can have some tasty morsels.
We got the finished product now. I've never tried fried sturgeon before. I lied. Well, I was waiting to film this. I had 3 or 4 pieces. No, man. Damn, dude, that's fantastic.
That's really good, ain't it?
Really, really good.
It's got a different texture to the meat.
Got a little bit like walleye. A little bit. But that is cooked beautifully. Seasoned well. Oh, dude. I've never thrown sturgeon back again. I am never throwing sturgeon back again.
Well, bring me some more and I'll smoke you some too.
There you go. So, there you go. Fried sturgeon on Jerry's outdoor show with my good friend Gary Brown of the Sicilian Pizzeria and the Brown Fish Market fame. Fried sturgeon, man. Who knew? What do you know?
Been eating it for years, all
There
my
you
life.
go. Excellent.
I'm passionate about guns because it's your Second Amendment right. It's the Bill of Rights. It's in our Constitution. It's fun. It's sporting. It's family involvement. Everybody can shoot and have fun together. Hunting, self-protection. Guns have been around for I don't know how many years. I need to probably look that up. Brought thousands of years, and have added to the culture. It's an awesome product. So I think the misleading factors in guns is that people think that guns kill, probably, is number one. They think that somehow guns remarkably shoot people or go off or are unsafe, and actually it's all in the user. The user controls just as a tool, just as a chainsaw, an automobile, a power tool. It's all controlled by the user, and the person it decides how to activate that tool. So guns are an awesome tool if used properly. They're very safe. There's a lot of safeguards in guns that are now added for the mistakes, because mistakes happen in any industry, any sport, any business. Mistakes can happen. So there's a lot of safeguards, a lot of safety. The manufacturers are huge in safety and concern and proper functioning, and that these guns work and don't fail. It's the operation of the item that you're using is needs to be looked at safety wise. Another misconception is people think that guns are evil for some reason, because they're black, or they've been used by the military, or that they shoot too many rounds per minute, or that they somehow are an assault weapon. And again, anything you use against somebody is an assault weapon. So again, you can't blame the tool or blame the gun or blame the product. You got to blame the heart of people. And as you see right now, the hearts of a lot of people are using guns in the wrong way, and that's too bad and it's sad. And I really feel for them accidents and things that have happened associated with guns. But on the flip side, guns have saved lives. Guns have in the right hands, in the military, in the police, and armed legal citizens have saved lives, and that's what it's all about. So I started with kind of a concept that I was going to start in a little office, and I was going to be a tabletop dealer where the people would call me and I'd order what they want. I'd go online, I'd get into that realm. And I soon found out that people wanted to touch, feel, and see guns. And though they do order online and it's still a part of my business, I think our growth comes from seeing, touching, and feeling guns, and knowing how, and having somebody there to teach them and to help them pick the gun they want. So actually, it started in an 8x12 office. Where I displayed some guns, and I did some marketing online, and people would come in looking for the gun shop, and it would be an office next to my office. So we started in there. Then I moved next door in the building, where it created a larger spot. That spot grew. We then moved to Lincoln Center, where we're currently at, but in a different location, and that was too small. And now we're in this spot at the Lincoln Center in about a 4,000 square foot offering in here with bows, rifles, guns, pistols, and scopes is a big deal now for us. To what I call an actual store. I mean, we got serious. This is still a part-time, or started a part-time business for me. I now have a full-time employee. We moved to this bigger facility, which let us display more products, be more roomy, and be what I would call an absolutely legit gun and sporting goods dealer. My original thought was Second Amendment, self-protection, the right to carry, the right to bear arms. We've actually expanded a little bit more into the hunting, the bow. I want to do a little bit more into the hunting and sporting side of it, as much as I do the self-protection side. So we brought on PSE bows. We have a shooting lane. We have parts, accessories, everything you can do for bows and arrows and crossbows, and become, I believe, one of Muscatine's best gun shops in town.
Well, that's all for now, folks. Hit it, boys. Jerry's Outdoor Show is #1. Get the lowdown and a whole lot of fun. Shut up, Lester. I told you ain't getting no more of that stink bait.